Hi, in this video we are just going to talk about some quick photo editing. You have just finished taking your self-portraits and we have talked about editing those, editing photos before, but we're just going to cover quickly in this video a little bit of light photo editing again. We're just going to talk about some adjustment layers. We will go through the process of fixing some flaws in some photos coming up here. So as you can see here, this is not actually a photo of me, but it's a friend of mine. He's a mannequin that we have here at school. So like I said, in the future we'll go over how to fix flaws like this cord that's in here, the tape that's stuck to his head and things like that. But in this video we're just going to cover some basic adjustment layers. So if you haven't looked at all of these before, and again we covered it before but it's been a little while, you can play around with these adjustment layers here. So you can go through and play around with each one and see what happens. So I clicked on the brightness and contrast one. I can adjust that and I can keep it if I like it. If I don't like it, I can come down here and I can actually just delete this layer because it is a new layer. It's an adjustment layer. Okay. If you are opening Photoshop and you're not seeing that that option right here, so mine lives right here, it stays there unless I put it away. But if you want to get to yours, you go to Window and just click on Adjustments, and when you have that check mark next to it, then you should be able to see those options. So like I said, you can just go through and do a little bit of trial and error. I think that's almost the best way to learn some of this stuff. So if you'll notice, like as I'm playing with these adjustment layers, some of them work pretty well, other ones don't work well, and you will come to figure out which ones work the best for which kind of photos that you're using, as far as just adjusting the exposure. So we could come in here and just adjust the exposure this way. You know, if you didn't get it perfectly right in the camera, if you are going to make big adjustments here in Photoshop, you might not be happy with the results. So again, we try to get it as close to what we want in the camera as we can. I just want to make you aware of some options that we have in here. So we haven't talked about these, I don't think, before. So photo filter is one of them. Like if you're looking at your photo and you see that it is super orangish, for example. Like mine is fairly warm. I kind of like it for this photo, but maybe I don't want it here. So I could actually apply a cooling filter and it would cool the image down. So everything would be a little bit more towards the blue end instead of that more orangish end. I just wanted to make sure you are aware of that. And again, lots of options in here. We briefly touched on these, but haven't done a ton. The other one that you might want to apply to some of these photos would be that black and white one, and that you can do that as easily as just clicking on that black and white adjustment layer. You can also do that in a couple of the different adjustment layers. So you could click on hue and saturation and pull the saturation down, or you could just click on that black and white adjustment layer. And again, of course, while you're in here, definitely play with all of your options. Drag these sliders around and see how it affects your photos. And if you are layering up these adjustment layers, like right now I have a bunch of them built up, it might not apply the same sort of effect as if it were just a single adjustment layer. But when you're happy with them, then just go ahead and go to File, Save, and let's save these as JPEGs, and then go ahead and submit your favorite ones. All right, good luck.